life we've chosen. Okay, we don't need to resize it. That's wonderful, that's wonderful. Okay, so this is gonna be the life we've chosen. I don't know if there are any content warnings for this one. Let me do a quick little search to see if I can find anything. And I'll unpin the Distortion Nation. Content warnings. I'm not finding any content warnings for the life we've chosen. But know that there's probably stuff in there. Oh wait, no. Okay, I have found the content warnings. Okay, perfect. Perfect. The life we've chosen. CW. We'll pin that. Okay. Okay, so those are the content warnings for the life we've chosen. Mental illness, depression, discussions of death, no on-screen death, no suicidal thoughts, brief reference to past self-harm, unhealthy relationships, and possibly unwanted romantic advances. Those are the content warnings for the life we've chosen. Do what you gotta do to take care of yourself. If for any of those you know off the bat that it's gonna be triggering or distressing or upsetting, or if it's just not your vibe, you know, do what you gotta do to take care of yourself and curate your online experience. Or if at any point, any moment, you know, whenever, wherever, same thing. Do what you gotta do to take care of yourself and curate your online experience. I'm excited. I'm excited to play this. I like the art. I like the art so far. And the music. Let me know if it's too loud as well. Let me know if it's too loud. If I need to do a bit of mixing. Because I can do that. I can fix it. This game contains mature themes such as mental illness, mainly depression, and unhealthy relationships. I wasn't going to come here today. We'll put it on auto here too. I'm going to have to work all day tomorrow to make up for my distracted mind. I was going to work inside until nightfall. I decided to only do a few hours in the afternoon. Should have been easy enough, but in the end, I couldn't even handle that much. It's just one of those days. It's always one of those days. Just as my thoughts begin to wander, the demon appears. They always seem to manifest themselves out of thin air when I'm not looking. I never learn. The sound is fine. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. Hello. Welcome in though. Welcome on in. Their large form is hunched over and wrapped up in a tattered cloak, just like on the day I first became aware of their presence. Though the seasons have changed, the demon has not moved from this spot. They never initiate conversation with me. Instead, it's as if they offer me the choice to leave and pretend we never saw each other at all. I do not leave. Hello again. Oh, so cute! The only response I get is a sleepy rumble in the back of their throat. Sometimes I wonder if my visits annoy them. Doesn't seem like the demon ever has anything else to do, but that doesn't mean I'm not an inconvenience. I remind myself once again that if I was a bother, the demon could simply remain hidden from me. It's not like I can force them to show themselves. These meetings are their choice too. It's been a full year since our first meeting, hasn't it? The lake's been obscured by the heavy fog once again. Kinda missed this haze. There's something comforting about it. So true, I love fog. Fog is my favorite. The demon doesn't respond. It often takes some time to get them talking, as if they need a moment to wake up. Or perhaps they're simply taking their time deciding whether the conversation is worth having in the first place. Are you cold? After a calculated pause, the demon draws a raspy breath. Their deep voice reverberates somewhere in their chest with untapped potential, but still, the sound that comes out of their beak-like mouth is barely louder than a sigh.
The weather does not harm the human. You would be wise to redirect your concerns.
I have an extra blanket I could bring you.
No.
I knew there was no point in making the offer, but the demon's predictable answer amuses me regardless. The calm I felt after arriving here didn't last long. The plans I've made for tonight invade my mind out of nowhere. I can't stay long today. My friend is coming to pick me up soon.
The one you've spoken of before, I presume.
You remember? Her name's Ella. I don't know if I've told you before.
I have no interest in your names.
Right, I probably wouldn't either. It would be tactless for a human to say such a thing, but the demon's bluntness is refreshing in a way. You won't have to memorize many names for my sake. I have very few friends. It's really just Ella, and perhaps the demon themselves. Feels presumptuous to think of the demon as my friend, but what I don't say out loud, they won't know. I'm fairly certain they can't read minds. The demon shifts ever so slightly, adjusting their cloak. I still can't help thinking they must be cold.
Your visits to this place have become more frequent lately.
The observation makes my chest feel tight in a familiar way. Have they? A year ago, during the darkest days of fall, I also spent a lot of time down here. I just moved into the small and cheap house up the slope, alone for the first time in my life. The house was suffocating. I had very few things going on in my life, and yet everything felt like too much to handle. I didn't know what to do with myself without anyone at home to perform happiness for.
Damn, that's so fucking real! Oh my goodness!
The lakeside felt like the only place I could breathe. It's happening again, isn't it? An idle glance at the demon reveals to me they are waiting for me to elaborate. I guess I like it better here.
Better than your dwelling, you say? I can't do a raspy voice very well.
Yeah. Perhaps you should look into finding a more comfortable home. I can never tell whether they're joking. It's not the building that's the problem. The problem is all the things I need to do there, and all the things I need to think about. It's too much sometimes. Ah, I see your kind is still obsessed with arbitrary responsibilities. So true. You're not wrong. But when I'm here, I feel like I can just exist in peace. I suppose it's nice. A fallen leaf lands silently in the moss growing from the demon's body. I've never once seen them move. Since our first meeting a year ago, they've never failed to show up when I've come looking for them. Are they really here all the time? My curiosity is great, but the topic is a little too close to home for me to address directly. Do you like it here? The demon draws a raspy breath before responding with audible exhaustion in their voice. Does not matter whether I like it here or not. I'm here, and that is what I've chosen. There's a sense of finality in their words that stuns me for a moment. There are many more questions I'd like to ask, but in that moment, I realize I'm late. I'm sorry, I have to go now. I can't make Ella wait. Do not apologize, human. Oh, I love the demon. And there's a little leaf. There's a little leaf in its hair. Is that Spanish moss? Is that what Spanish moss looks like? Very like, long. Let me see, Spanish moss. Is that what it's called? Spanish moss, yes. 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 Hey, aren't you cold like that? Where's your jacket? I'm fine. Where's yours? Don't need one in the car, Dumbo. What were you doing in the woods? I was just about to ring your doorbell when I saw you. I make a panic sound while I try to think of what to say. I forgot to come up with an excuse. You were looking at the lake. You were enjoying nature. I, ran into someone. Who? A neighbor? Kind of. Kind of? Who was it? I hesitate. I hate lying, but I still need more time. When I tell her about the demon, I'll have to do it the right way. I feel terrible for lying to her once again, but I just don't have the courage today. It was just someone from the area. I don't know where they live. Ella makes that face that tells me a lecture is coming. Don't you remember what Miss Bailey taught us in first grade? Don't talk to strangers, especially not in scary places after dark. We're not children. No, but you live alone. Who's gonna help you if something happens to you? She knows I still don't have an answer to her question, although she's asked it many times. I shrug in defeat. Well, I'm sure you remember I've got a spare room at my place if you ever need it. How could I forget when she reminds me about it every few months? Thanks, but I'm fine. I just worry about you. You know that. Ella bites her lip to appear endearing. Although I know it's a trick, I have to admit it kind of works. After making sure I saw her display, Ella puts on a peppy face, seemingly satisfied with having guilt-tripped me out of arguing back. Anyway, let's go, shall we? We can't have you running out of canned soup again. Soup, soup, soup. We get in the car. Soup. I don't really like soup. I don't really like soup that much. Sorry about making you do this right after work again. No, I'm kind of glad. It's good for me to see friends now that things are over with Elijah. They are. Ella doesn't even try to hide the bitter disdain in her voice. Didn't I tell you? He doesn't want to make the move into a crappy little town like this. His words, not mine. I hadn't realized it was that serious. I feel slow for not having made the connection on my own. A better friend would have seen the signs. Anyway, it's for the best. If we gotten married, we would have been Ella and Elijah forever. Can you imagine? Ella and Elijah. It just sounds wrong, doesn't it? I guess. You, on the other hand, have a super rad last name. Maybe we should get hitched. Yuri? 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 Were we still in middle school, I would have blushed at a joke like that. I would have kept thinking about it for weeks, trying to decipher whether there might have been some genuine interest hidden in it. Now, however, we're older. So we do got an ad coming up soon. We take a 3-minute ad break every hour. This is to keep the pre-rolls off for everybody coming in. Watching the ads helps support me, even if it's just a few cents, you know? It does help support me in some kind of way. During the ad, I will not be playing the game, I will not be talking, I won't be doing anything. So while the ad is running, you all go do what you need to do to take care of yourself. If you need to go to the bathroom, if you need to get a snack or you need to get a meal, something to eat. If you need to drink some water. If you got a dog that you gotta let out so they can go to the bathroom. If you got meds that you gotta take. You got laundry that you have to switch over or put in. Anything like that, any kind of thing like that. Do what you gotta do to take care of yourself, stretch, whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna switch us over to the BRB screen. We still got about a minute or so before the ad starts. But I gotta go to the bathroom too. So I'm gonna go and do that. I will see you all in approximately 4 minutes or so. And we'll keep playing. The life we've chosen. So I will be right back. Alright. Should all be back from the ad now? Should all be back from the ad now. I went ahead and put the links to the different games that we're playing today in the chat. In the chat. I probably should have done that at the start, but my brain doesn't work sometimes. So there they are now. They're pretty cool. Well, we haven't played all of them. We haven't played all of them yet, but they look pretty cool. Alright, let's continue. Let's turn auto back on. But then you would have to deal with me every day. You don't want that. Hey, don't pretend you know everything about me. Came dark outside while we did our shopping. Should be good for another 2 weeks. As I'm loading my groceries into the trunk, I catch Ella watching me from the corner of my eye. What? Did you know Sally owns the hair salon now? Her boss left and went back to school for a second degree. So it was my neglected hair that caught her attention. Figures. Oh, good for her. I was thinking we could go see her sometime. You haven't seen her in a while, have you? It'd be fun to just show up randomly at our workplace someday. Maybe. I don't know. Wouldn't that be kinda rude? What? No, she'd be happy. I'm sure. I doubt she gets many customers on her own anyway. Her boss was the good one, you know? Don't tell her I said that. Yeah, that was kinda mean, actually. Ella looks thoughtful as she locks the car trunk. Do you think Sally doesn't like you or something? Well, I did before, but now I might! No, nothing like that. I just thought it would be bad manners for us to show up without... You think too much sometimes, you know that? It's really not a big deal. Desperate for a change of topic, I glance at the locked trunk, pretending to have remembered something. Oh, I was gonna get garbage bags. We can go back. No, I'll get them some other time. I have 1 or 2 left. I don't know if I can drive you next week. Will you really be fine? I have a bike. A bike you hate using. I don't hate it, I just haven't had a reason to use it lately, thanks to you. I try to give Ella an appreciative smile, which probably comes across as forced, but she accepts it gracefully anyway. You're welcome. The moment I get home, thoughts about tomorrow invade my mind. I have nothing to distract myself from the dread of having a full workday ahead of me. Normally on an evening like this, I would escape to the lake, but even I would feel embarrassed at doing so twice in one day. Perhaps I still have some dignity left. I ended up going to bed too early. I practically ran out the door when the email arrived. Something about my performance. Low words per hour rating. I'll never be good enough, will I? I really tried my best this week. After that one day when I couldn't handle anything. This was supposed to be an easy side job anyone could do. When I arrive at the lake, I almost want to cry, but I manage to calm myself with a deep breath. One thing at a time. Today, everything is still alright, I tell myself. Today, I'm not falling apart. I won't think about it today. I address the demon beside me. There's something else on my mind, an idea that began forming a few days now. An idea that could take a lot of pressure off of me. Can I bring Ella to meet you? Only after I've asked the question do I realize I'm not sure if I even greeted the demon properly today. My obsession with the idea may have overridden my manners. Luckily, the demon isn't concerned about manners anyway. They respond in a sleepy, uninterested tone.
It is your life and your choice, human. You do not need my permission.
I would still like to have it. This is your home. There's a long pause, longer than usual. When the demon finally speaks, it's with reluctance.
I do not presume to know how your friend will react to meeting one of my kind. However, in my experience, these events rarely end well. This path could lead you to much suffering.
Perhaps it will, but that's not what I asked. Do I have your permission or not? The demon sighs submissively.
You do.
All right then. I'll bring her sometime soon. Thank you for looking out for me. Judging by their surprised reaction, the demon isn't used to being thanked. I should try saying nice things more often. In order for Ella to react well, I'll need a plan of some sort. How do I introduce a demon to someone who has never met one and probably doesn't believe they exist? You haven't told me your name.
I have no name.
There's a subtle tightness in the demon's voice, just noticeable enough to tell me I shouldn't push the issue. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to introduce you to Ella. A name isn't necessary, but some kind of descriptor would be good to have, I think.
You will figure it out.
You're useless. The lack of reaction immediately makes me regret what I just said. I'm sorry, that was a joke.
Humor is not new to me. It has changed very little since its conception.
It was still a bad joke. They don't seem offended. I make a mental note to watch my mouth regardless. This isn't Ella I'm talking to. When did I start making the same jokes as her anyway? I've never even liked that kind of humor. She likes to make friendly jabs, but a jab is still a jab. It's true. It's true. She wasn't like that when we were young. I closed my eyes for a bit. Now that I've told the demon about my plan, I feel both relieved and anxious. I was hoping relief would be the frontmost feeling, but it isn't. A cold breeze from the lake causes a shiver to run down my entire body.
Return to your dwelling. Nights like this are not meant for humans.
I don't want to. This is all going to change. Next time we meet, this will all be different. I'm a little scared.
What of?
I don't know what Ella's going to think of this. Of you.
Already you are having second thoughts.
No, I'm not. I've made my decision. I'm not going to keep hiding you from her as if you're something shameful.
It is a matter of honesty, then.
Yes, but it's not just that. I lose my nerve before I can articulate the difficult thought in my head. I can feel the demon's watchful eyes on me. Where do they get the patience to always wait for me to sort out my thoughts? It's hard to imagine Ella or anyone else being that interested in what I have to say. Perhaps that's exactly it. I've been thinking, and for a long time it's been like Ella and I don't really see each other. We talk often, but I feel as if she doesn't really hear me. I don't think she really knows me at all. Oh, that's rough. That's tough. That sucks. I want her to understand me better. I want her to know what's really going on.
What is going on?
The question hits me hard. Shouldn't have. It was just a question. But I forget to breathe for a moment. What is going on with me? This is our first choice. Our first choice. Let me take a little drink for my throat. What's going on with this? I don't know. I need her. I need to confess something to you. Oh. Hmm. Much to think about, much to consider. Because I feel like all of these would make sense. Because sometimes it can be difficult to know how you're feeling and how you're doing. Like, it takes work. It takes work. And practice to learn what emotions you are experiencing. Especially if you're experiencing a lot of emotions all at once, or if you're experiencing not a lot of emotions all at once. It can be difficult. It can be difficult. I'm a mom. And then in terms of the I need her, I feel like that also makes sense, though it's not true. I'm a mom. In the way where like, everybody as people changes and grows over time in relationships, change and grow over time. And if a relationship that once worked no longer works, you know, that's a really sad thing. That's a really sad thing, but it happens. And you do not have to stay in relationships that are not working for you and that are not what you want or need in a moment. And that doesn't mean that you can't try. That doesn't mean that you can't communicate how you're feeling or set boundaries or do whatever you gotta do. But it's also something where it's okay. It's okay to step away if a relationship of whatever kind isn't what you need in a moment. It's okay. It's okay. I'm a mom, and then I need to confess something to you. I feel like that one's pretty self-evident, but I don't know, maybe it's not. Maybe we'll learn something that we didn't know before. Let's go with I don't know for now. Let's go with I don't know. My voice is barely a whisper. Why am I shaking? I just don't know. As warm tears pour from my eyes, I hide my face in my hands, embarrassed and shocked by my own reaction. The demon makes no sound. Maybe they've left. Even they must understand this is a humiliating situation for a human. I slowly raise my head, keeping my eyes on the ground until I've gathered up the courage to face reality once more. They're still here. I can't read their face, not with the tears still gathering in my eyes. I think about apologizing, but I don't know what for. What is there for me to say? You don't need to apologize for crying. I'm exhausted. The demon speaks in a quiet, regretful tone. I apologize, human. It was not my intention to upset you. You need not sate my idle curiosity. It's okay, it was just a question. That's so real though. When somebody asks you like a simple question, and then it's just like, even if you don't have the words, like all of the feelings bubble. They bubble and they spill. Oh, I'm coughing. I swallowed air wrong. What the fuck? What the heck? I swallowed the air wrong. That's messed up. I lost my train of thought. It's gone forever. Well, anyways. No. It was a callous question. Not once have I asked if my presence was causing you pain. You're not. It's not you. I really like our talks and I look forward to them. It's just... It's hard to fit this in with normal relationships. I used the word normal without meaning to, betrayed by my own tongue. I don't even care about being normal at this point. I just want to be! Oh, that's such a fucking mood! Oh. 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 Yeah. 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 Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you could say I you could say I understand. I see. I want to tell her about you, and I will. I just don't know if it'll go over well with her. That's the only part that causes me pain. The demon chooses their words carefully. It is not up to me to try and influence your actions. However, I believe it would be wise of you to rethink your decision to tell such a beloved person about me. I do not wish for you to suffer any more than you already have for my sake. I wipe away my tears defiantly. I promise I'm not doing this for you, but for myself. Telling her should bring me some peace of mind, I hope. As you say. Although the night is still young, a wave of drowsiness sweeps over me. I can almost fall asleep standing up. The demon's silent presence is an immense source of comfort. It would be so easy to lie down and sleep right here, knowing they'd be watching over me. It's a selfish desire, and although I'm not bold enough to act on it, the thought brings me solace. ... A gentle nudge on my left shoulder. It wasn't warm or cold. It's as if it wasn't there at all, but I know I felt it. I look up, a little embarrassed, and the demon returns my gaze with the same hard-to-read eyes as always. Their voice, however, is soft. Return to your dwelling, please. Although I prefer to cling to this moment a little longer, I can't deny the appeal of their recommendation. As I gather up willpower to get moving, I realize my joints ache from the cold. The demon's common sense proves to be better than mine once again. I don't know what to say after all. See you soon! I love the design of the demon. It's so cute. I slept and dreamed of ominous but strangely comforting scenarios that night, all about failure. Reality couldn't possibly be worse. Once morning came, I was not afraid. Having made the decision earlier, the action came easier than I thought it would. When Ella arrived on my driveway, I simply asked her if she'd like to meet the neighbor I mentioned before. I tried to make the invitation as quick and casual as I could so that I wouldn't have time to talk myself out of it. Ella was clearly reluctant, but she agreed. I was hoping I would suddenly gain enough courage to try and explain the situation to Ella, but it didn't happen. I still find myself avoiding her questions. I'm afraid. The only way I can be honest with her is by taking her to see the demon with her own eyes. Hey, I showed you my demon! Why didn't you respond? I showed you my demon! Please respond! I showed you my demon! Please respond! This is getting really creepy. Why can't we meet them at your house? We're almost there. During this short walk, I must have told Ella not to worry a dozen times already. We begin the descent down to the lake. The demon is there, waiting for us as they promised. They must have sensed our approach. I turn to Ella. Whoa, what is that? Some kind of... Then it hits her that what she's seen is not a statue, but a living being. Her face contorts with shock, and then horror. I've got to calm her down. I speak up using the most soothing tone I can muster. Come on, let's go talk. She doesn't respond or move. It's as if she's frozen in place. My words don't seem to reach her at all. Hey, I showed you my demon! Please respond! Without warning, she grabs my hand and suddenly I'm being dragged back up the hill. Ella, wait! Wait, there's nothing to... I trip on something and nearly fall over, only kept up by Ella's stubborn grip on my hand. Hurry! Stop! Ella, let go of me! She doesn't stop until we arrive at her car, panting and frazzled. My shoulder is in pain from getting yanked around so violently. I'm so angry and humiliated, I can feel the sting of tears behind my eyes. Why couldn't you just stop for 2 seconds? Ella ignores me. For a minute, we just lean against the car and catch our breath. Eventually, she speaks up with a stern tone. You can't stay in this house. Come live with me. This again? Now? You're joking, right? I'm serious. Let's get you out of that house, please. You have to get out. She's overreacting. This is even worse than I thought was possible. I don't want to lose you. I'm not going anywhere. I've never seen her so desperate before. Her voice is strained with concern for me. You don't know that. It's a demon. You don't know what it can do. The demon would never hurt me. How can she even suggest they would? I trust them. They've been more honest than either of us, actually. It's a demon! What do you think demons do? They trick and seduce people and all that. Since when have you ever cared about stories like that? You decided to You decided to start caring just like that? She breathes heavily. I realize I'm doing the same. How did it come to this? We've never fought before. Not like this. Me when I'm demon straight swagging it? It's manipulating you. I don't think so. That's really nice, but how can you know? How do you know it's not going to hurt you? I guess I don't. I can't bring myself to acknowledge it out loud. For all the deep conversations we've had, I barely know anything about the demon. Suddenly, there are tears in Ella's eyes. Despite everything, it pains me to see her upset. I almost can't stand looking at her. I don't want to lose you. I want to reassure her somehow, but I already know nothing I say will help. She's not going to understand what the demon means to me.
Play Imagine Dragons Demons. Play Imagine Dragons Demons right now. This is 101.9 FM, not your mother's radio station.
I try to blink back the tears, but it's useless. This is all useless. Ella. She's very close.
Give you a little kiss.
My heart begins pounding again, but the catalyst is not fury this time. It's lesbianism. We've never been this close before. Ella's hands reach for my shoulders. When was the last time she touched me? On the school playground when we were 10? This is different. This can't be. No, she wouldn't. Would she? There's no way. She's not interested in me. She's never returned my feelings. My feelings? I don't even know what I feel anymore. It's all messed up. I'm so tired of trying to make sense of all this. Maybe if I just let Ella guide me.
Yeah, okay.
I close my eyes and trust myself to Ella for the moment. She knows what to do. I feel her warm breath before her lips touch mine. Is this how it's supposed to feel? It's definitely not the perfect magical kiss they describe in stories, but stories are just stories. No real kiss measures up to them anyway. I still don't understand what's going on, but it doesn't feel wrong. When Ella ends the kiss, it turns out I wish it had been longer. There's a moment of silent contemplation between us. I realize I barely did anything to contribute to the kiss. For Ella, it must have felt like kissing a dead body. What about the demon? Ella shakes her head as if to shush me. I'll help you get through this. You'll forget about all this weird stuff soon enough. What are you saying? Her stare is as cold as steel. Promise me you won't talk to it anymore. I think I knew it was coming, but the bold ultimatum still gives me pause. She's really making me choose. Why does it have to be so dramatic? I know why. If I hadn't shown her the demon, this wouldn't have happened. This is my own fault. If I hadn't done what I did, I could have stayed close with both Ella and the demon, but now it's too late. She won't be happy unless I leave my time with the demon behind. I feel like the demon is a part of us, though. And that ignoring it and pretending that it's not there will result in more harm. On the flip side of that, though, it can also sometimes be very easy to get a little too comfortable and like start to romanticize the depression that you are experiencing. So it's also important to not swing too far towards that. Can I get a third option in the middle? Can I get a third infinitely nuanced option in the middle, perchance? Perchance, mayhaps, that both acknowledges and holds space for what they are experiencing, and also leaves open the possibility and room for change as well. Perchance, perhaps, mayhaps, perchance. I don't know. My gut is saying no, I won't leave them. My gut is saying no, I won't leave them. Because I feel like this option is just gonna result in us pushing everything down and ignoring everything, and that ain't gonna be good. That ain't gonna be good. So I feel like with this one we would put on a facade of happiness. A facade. So let's go with no. See what happens. What? They've become very important to me. I'm not going to abandon them now. Well, I don't know about that one, but okay. Listen to yourself. Can't you see you're being manipulated? Can you stop pretending you know anything about them? You didn't even give them a chance. I can't. She opens and closes her mouth before sighing in frustration. This is just so crazy. I'm crazy, she means. Even after seeing the demon with her own eyes, she still thinks I'm crazy and useless and broken. I think I'm gonna go home. Good. Oh, okay. Oh. I responded without thinking, but I don't regret it despite Ella's hurt expression. I want her to leave. She waits a few seconds too long before getting in her car. I bet she wants me to beg her to stay. I won't give her the satisfaction. I'm never going to ask her for anything anymore. Oh, I already know I'm going to stay angry for a long while, but I've got to calm down. I take deep breaths, trying to focus on the comforting scent of the forest. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good! Ground yourself, use your senses, use your senses! I'll send Ella a text tomorrow or something. Or maybe I won't. Why should I? She was saying really weird things, and I don't even know what that kiss was about. I don't want to know. Why now? I don't want to think about what happened, but I do anyway. My mind replays the events over and over. First a kiss, and then she tells me to give up the one thing that makes me happy? How can she claim to care for me and then make a demand like that? I'm more hurt on the demon's behalf than for my own sake. Ella didn't even give them a chance. By the time I have the thought to go and apologize to the demon, my feet have already taken me halfway down the path through the forest. Hello! I arrive at the lake to find the demon there, just the way they were earlier. I walk up slowly, suddenly unsure of what I want to say. I give them a bashful glance, but it's difficult to look them in the eye. I end up speaking to the lake rather than directly to the demon. I'm sorry. The demon inhales, clearly exhausted. I am too. For a moment, we just exist in silence, separately but together. The lake looks the same as ever. The night's events have left me weary, but at least I still have this. Is your relationship with the red-haired one mended? No. She said some things that hurt me a lot. I'm finding I don't really want to talk about it. I didn't come here to lament the loss of a friendship that has been causing me more stress than joy for years. I'm sorry to hear that. It's not your fault. I think this would have happened sooner or later regardless. I'll grieve later. To be honest, I feel better. I was under the impression she was a beloved friend of yours. I thought so too, but it seems that was my biggest mistake. I think I'll be better off without her. The familiar lakeside and the demon's presence have calmed down my nerves in mere minutes. I can breathe again. The pale gray lake ripples softly. Ella has no place here. I should have known she wouldn't understand. It's just the demon and I'm at peace with that. Suddenly, something changes. The ground beneath my feet shifts just a little, or perhaps the entire forest does. The demon is moving. Hi! Hi! Oh, look at its wings! They stand up slowly, every ancient bone in their body snapping to their rightful place one by one to make the motion possible. The terrifying sound echoes through the forest. Somehow, the demon doesn't seem to be in pain. Their face looks the same as ever. They must have done this before. Repairing their broken bodies seems to be only a matter of will to them. The little twigs and leaves that once rested on their stationary form have fallen off, and there are even feathers? The demon's cloak falls off their shoulders, revealing the torn remains of a pair of wings. Countless dark feathers flutter to the ground, twisted and lifeless. There's something viscerally familiar about the sight that makes me nearly tear up on the spot. I understand, I would say, if I could bring myself to speak. Even while standing on 2 feet, the demon still appears hunched over. They look terribly old, weighed down by millennia of pain and indifference. I feel an overwhelming desire to take their hand and steady them like one would do for a frail grandmother, but I know I am far too small to support them. Is it time, then? Their voice is distant. I never realized just how softly they speak. Time for what? My departure. What? I feel as if I've swallowed an icicle. They're thinking of leaving. But this is your home, isn't it? It has been, for a time. Do not feel sad. I will find another. Why now? The demon avoids eye contact with me. They speak, once again, in that calculated tone that leaves me feeling disconnected. When a human, a temporary being, desires to grow, it is only right that my kind make room for them. I will move for you if that is what you desire. I didn't ask for this. They didn't have to do this for me. I never asked them for anything. But regardless, I've become a burden again. I've never said I want you to leave. As if caught off guard by my broken voice, the demon looks at me for a brief moment. They can't seem to hold eye contact, though, as they speak with a wavering tone. You've lost something dear to you tonight. Whether you admit it or not, this occurred because of me. So what if it did? It was my fault too. And hers. Especially hers. My jaw clenches painfully. It's her fault the demon feels guilty. You will surely begin forging new relationships soon enough. When you do, it is for the best that I am not in your way. I don't want to believe their words, but they seem convinced. You really believe this is the right thing to do? Human lives are short. They are better spent with your own kind, not with old relics such as I. Don't you agree? Is this really how it's supposed to go? It doesn't feel right, but the demon does have an infinite amount of experience in this subject. They were right to warn me about introducing Ella to them as well. I know nothing compared to them. The demon regards me with a soft gaze. Let us close this chapter.
Can I get a little smooch first? Can I get a little smooch first before you go though? Like just a little, like just a little. Like you don't even gotta use tongue if you don't want to. Like just a little smooch for me, please. But before you go, one for the road. A little kiss as a treat for me for the road. Please.
If you think it's for the best. A tangible sadness hangs in the air. There are things on my mind I've been wanting to tell the demon. Things I won't be able to say after they've gone. I should make their departure as painless as possible, but... Before you go... I speak up against my better judgment, emboldened by the finality of this moment. I know what I'm about to say will only make saying goodbye more painful, but I must say it. I breathe in the fog's melancholy scent, willing myself not to get emotional. I just need to say the words, the last thing there's left to say. I love you. Aww. 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 Time freezes, as if I'd said nothing at all. The demon's eyes are unreadable, more so than before. I wonder if confessing to them was callous of me, but what's done is done. Slowly, they avert their gaze. When they speak, their voice is restrained by 1,000 emotions. For the demon's sake, I pray none of them are like mine. If that is so, Then I will not make this any more difficult for you. They face the lake without looking back. I close my eyes, and the demon takes a step forward on the dry grass. Live well, human. Our girlfriend, she's gone. Our demon girlfriend. I open my eyes. The lake ripples like always, blind to the tragedy that just occurred. I raise my head, knowing I won't see the demon beside me anymore. Even their torn feathers on the ground have vanished. The soothing sound of their voice, their unchanging, comforting presence, all gone. I'm crying, after all. For a moment, I really thought I was going to make it without crying. I almost made it. Aww. End 2. End 2. I wonder how many endings there are. 3 endings. There are 3 endings. There are 3 endings. Oh, maybe we'll need to play this game again then, to get the other 2 endings. I like that though. I liked that. I really enjoyed that. I loved the art. I loved the art with when the backgrounds were the photos as well. I thought the writing was very well done, the dialogue, all of that, and I liked the music. The music and stuff I thought was very good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. I kind of want to play it again. I kind of want to play it again. Not this stream, but maybe another stream. That was an interesting game. I liked it. Yeah, me too. I really enjoyed it. I'm definitely interested in seeing what the other endings are. What the other endings are for it. I'm a mom. Yay, I liked it. I liked that one a lot. That was so cool. So that was The Life We've Chosen. That was ending 2 of The Life We've Chosen. Maybe at some point in the future I'll come back and I'll play it another time or two to see the other endings. Thank you for watching The Life We've Chosen.